Does self-development make you better? Well, first of all, we need to divide like two groups of people. So, on one hand, there's the people who absorb self-development content but actually take action. On the other hand, there's the people who only consume, sit around, and continuously watch self-development videos and read self-development books, but never take action, never use the knowledge that are in the brain for their own lives. So you have your taking action group and your non-taking action group. So I want to discuss primarily about the first group, the ones who take action. Because I think it's pretty obvious that if you don't take action with the knowledge that you have, that you don't get better, really, at all. So, are those who pursue and take action for the betterment of themselves actually better for it? I would assume your guttural reaction is, of course, yes. Why would they do it otherwise? And I had the same guttural reaction, but I want to play contrarian for this video. I think that the question can also be related to, is a child better than an adult? Right? Because in a sense you have your pre-self-development person and your post. Or not, there's not really a post, but like person who's on self-development. So like someone who hasn't developed, someone who is developing. Right, so child and adult. And so going back to, is a child worse than an adult? I think that a child is better. Why? Because a child has fewer worries, and, well, going back to my last video, pretty much only lives in the present, thereby maximizing their happiness, satisfaction, and fulfillment. So if we put it into the former question, people who do not do self-development are better because of their ignorance and therefore happiness. Of course, this argument has many flaws because is a child really better than an adult? To be honest, in terms of like generality, no. I believe that children are more happy, but adults in general are better. In a way, the happiness that a child has is more shallow because they don't have responsibility. Having responsibility to tie you down makes the happiness that you enjoy much better. Which is why I believe that adults are better in general. So my purpose of this video is to not blackpill you and say that self-development basically does nothing and you won't become better. You will become better. You will. You will absolutely become better. But at the same time, you no longer have a thicket of fog covering up your vision. What do I mean by this? You are essentially showing your flaws to yourself. In a way. You are exposing yourself to yourself. And that can be more scary than exposing yourself to other people. There can be more shame in that. Like, how did I live 10 years without cleaning out my room? Like, the shame in that. How could you live with that? So if we were to make a graph of someone's, let's say, happiness, who started self-development, I think it would look more so like this. So you'd have blissful ignorance before starting, and then after starting you'd have a slight increase because you get to see like some like basic improvements. After that slight increase from starting, I think that there's a huge drop after discovering that every person has so many flaws and you are no exception. And then after that, it slowly increases again, and it slowly increases again after taking time and developing after many years. And I think that the person's happiness, if we're only to take the variable doing self-development or not, would not to get to the same as before. So if only variable that we're looking at is happiness versus self-development, so happiness and then self-development or time, I think that the end point wouldn't ever be the same as the starting point. But if other factors were in play, I would say that the total happiness, satisfaction, and fulfillment that a person experiences after many years of self-development is much higher. There's more a deep sense of satisfaction or achievement. There's less of the shallow happiness. So the happiness, I believe, is greater in quantity and greater in quality. So the graph that I just basically made with my hands is to more or less tell you most likely how you're going to feel, to give you some expectations so that you don't freak out. But self-development is good for you. It will help you. It will make you feel so much better. It will make you a better person. It will do a lot that I think you will want. So, answer the question, does self-development make you better? Of course it does. But I think you already knew that. So, start the journey.